This is 5 on your side at 5. Focused on you.
Missouri's Attorney General is accusing Planned Parenthood of trafficking children out of the state to get abortions. Tonight, Planned Parenthood fires back, saying that evidence comes from a staged video by a group trying to target abortion rights. Good evening. I'm Mike Bush.
And I'm Kelly Jackson. Attorney General Andrew Bailey says he filed a lawsuit as part of his campaign to, quote, drive Planned Parenthood from the state of Missouri. Desina Cornell's in studio with new details and reaction.
Mike and Kelly, the lawsuit accuses Planned Parenthood of taking minors to another state for abortion services without consent of a parent. But critics say the AG used a source, Project Veritas, that's known to be problematic. Moving teens across state lines for abortion services. Missouri Attorney General Andrew Bailey accuses Planned Parenthood of doing this without permission of parents. This lawsuit claims Planned Parenthood Great Plains location in Columbia, Missouri is taking minors to Kansas, where abortion services are legal. St. Louis University law professor Anders Walker weighs in.
Moving minors across state lines is trafficking without parental consent, full stop. Parents can consent, though, and we all have a right to travel. So if a parent says, yes, I want my daughter to cross state lines for an abortion, that's protected by the Constitution.
Bailey said an undercover reporter from Project Veritas took a video while interacting with Planned Parenthood employees. The video uses a man who's pretending to have a pregnant 13-year-old niece who needs to get to Kansas for an abortion. Project Veritas is considered a conservative media organization known for undercover videos. 5 on Your Side's political analyst Anita Mannion says the group has been accused of misconduct before.
Issue that keeps coming up with their videos is they edit them. They're not showing you the full footage. So they edit it in a way that presents information maybe not in an accurate light. So I think for Attorney General Bailey to have success in this lawsuit, he's certainly going to need evidence beyond the Project Veritas video.
Planned Parenthood denied the claims and shared a statement in part saying this is based on, quote, evidence from fraudulent extreme anti-abortion actors who claim to be, quote, journalists. They also say the video is heavily doctored, edited, and they do not provide any form of transportation, and minor patients are required by state law to have consent.
It's a shocking claim. We're just going to have to wait to see if the Attorney General has any proof.
Now, 5 on Your Side's political analyst also points out while these lawsuits may have merit and value, this is also an election year, and Andrew Bailey is running for office.
Thank you, Christina. We are following breaking news right now in western Missouri. An Independence police officer and a civil process server are dead after being shot in the Kansas City suburb. The shooting also left at least 1 officer injured. Police say the civil processor went to the residence to serve an eviction notice and called law enforcement for backup. 1 person has been arrested. It's still not clear what led up to the shooting.
Donald Trump is appealing a judge's ruling that would remove him from the Illinois primary ballot. The Cook County judge cites violations of the insurrection clause in the 14th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution. It's the same argument made by Colorado's Supreme Court when it kicked Trump off the ballot in that state. In anticipation of the appeal, the judge put the ruling on hold at least until tomorrow. The Republican primary in Illinois is March 19th.
Members of the St. Louis Board of Aldermen say they are determined to pass a bill regulating surveillance technology used by the police department. It comes a week after the board and mayor clashed over the level of oversight that's needed. 5 on Your Side's Diamond Palmer is live at St. Louis City Hall, where a hearing on the bill just wrapped up. Diamond.
Well, Kelly, dozens of members of the community showed up to today's hearing, including St. Louis Police Chief Robert Tracy, who says he opposes Board Bill 185. Alderman Rasheen Aldridge says the mayor's office is simply misinterpreting the bill. He says it will establish accountability separate from St. Louis Metro Police Department's internal policies. Mayor Tashara Jones filed an executive order on surveillance technology oversight a week ago, but the Board of Aldermen wants to pass a bill instead of an executive order that could be thrown out with a new mayor. And this afternoon's hearing, board members clarified this bill would only impact surveillance technology from the police department and not privately owned cameras like the Central West End Security Initiative. However, the leader of that group told me he's skeptical and believes the bill will take away tools from the police department.
They say that this bill is not about restricting. It is completely about restricting the use of this technology. But when you try to use ordinances to restrict the police department's ability, you're taking tools out of their bag, and they're going to become less effective.
So if you're a private citizen or a special tax district, you're actually excluded. So if you have cameras as a special tax district and you want those tied to the real-time intelligence center, this bill wouldn't affect you.
Now, White believes if this bill in its current version passes, it could hinder criminal investigation by giving away the locations and too many details about the cameras. The board hopes to take up a vote next week. Reporting live in St. Louis, Diamond Palmer, 5 on your side.
The cause of a fire that killed a woman in St. Anne is still unknown. Crews responded to the fire overnight on Krem Avenue. They found the woman in the living room. She died after being taken to the hospital. Her name has not been released, but a neighbor tells us the woman was a disabled veteran. A Bridgeton man is charged with leaving the scene of an accident. Antonio Corona is accused of hitting a 14-year-old boy on Tuesday night in Bridgeton. St. Louis County Police say Corona's vehicle hit the boy on Natural Bridge Road near the Mobile Mart. They say the boy suffered serious injuries, but he will survive. If you drove through North St. Louis County today, you may have seen something unusual.
Firefighters scaled to the top of an Ameren transmission tower. 5 on your side's Travis Cummings explains why they're going to such great heights.
We don't really get a lot of calls to perform these type of rescues. It's going to be very valuable to the members that are here today.
St. Louis Fire, Rescue, and Engine Squads all suited up to practice for if and when they have to climb high.
In case we have somebody that arbitrarily climbed up one of these towers and they can't get themselves down, or we have a worker that's been injured on one of these towers.
Leading the way on the transmission tower at Ameren's Fire School Thursday is Captain Mario Montero.
Sit tight there.
He's done this type of rescue twice in his 37-year career.
It was an individual that climbed up on one of the towers and wasn't happy to see us when we tried to perform our rescue.
Ameren turned off one of its transmission towers to let Montero and his crews safely rehearse different rescue scenarios.
So one is we're going to set up our rope systems and we're going to set them up from the ground, work our way up to perform the rescue. So we're going to actually have the rescuers have to carry all the equipment up on the tower, set it up all on the tower, and lower the individual down from the tower.
This Ameren tower you see firefighters climbing here is upwards of 70 feet. It's one of the many heights these fire crews train for.
The big tower cranes that you see, like they build hospitals with, like the big yellow ones, we've done training off of those.
Ameren Transmission was gracious and said, yeah, as they're coming down and decommissioning this equipment, we can let the fire department train on it, and it's an excellent opportunity for them to add something to their playbook that they're not normally able to get a hold of.
This partnership is paramount.
Whether it's a vehicle accident or a structure fire, get the power shut off so it makes it safe for the fire service.
Absolutely, they'll do great. No doubt in my mind, they'll do fantastic.
Travis Cummings, 5 on your side.
This is not the first or last time fire crews will be able to do this type of training. Ameren also offers the fire school to other departments throughout the area.